G'day, Finnroo here. How you doing? Just hanging out in the brewery, getting ready to organise a bit of a brew day tomorrow. And tomorrow, what I'm going to be brewing... Oh, you again. Hello. Yeah. So what I'm going to brew tomorrow is a honey ale. Now, I did say a few brews back that, in fact, I was going to do a really strong, well, 8, 9, 10%... what was it going to be? It was going to be either an old, really strong old ale or a stout, an imperial stout. But I really don't want that sort of high strength beer. It's all right to buy one like this one here that I've sort of just been dabbling at. This is a very nice beer. This is coming in at 8%, I think it is. Boundary Road Brewery, very nice. So I went over to see my mate at the Jared at the brew shop, and he said, "Finn, here, have a look at this." I said, "What is it?" He said, "Well, that's my I've just made a sort of an oatmeal stout." I said, "Oh, very nice." So I had to pause that then because I remembered that I took the photos. He said to me, "Take a photo of the recipe of the stuff from the shop." And so what he's got in this beer, I've got quite a bit to talk about today, so I'm going to talk about things as I drink this beer. So I'll just quickly tell you what it is that I'm going to hook into, one of Jared's beers. So he got 2 cans of Black Rock, so it's, you know, it's extract beer, 2 cans of Black Rock oatmeal stout. He had 500 grams of lactose. He's got, is that one there, Jared? He's got some plain dextrose. Must be about a kg or 500 grams. And a can of Black Rock brown malt, creamy brown malt, and he's got a packet of Kvike ale yeast. So that's what he's got. You see that there? That's what he showed me. And I took a photo of him. So that's what this beer is here. Now, Jared, I said, "Did you do any heat, any fermentation control of the temperature?" He said, No. I said, "Oh, right, yeah, because you got the old Kvike yeast." He said, "Yeah." So he just let it go. And this is a bit of an odd bottle, this, but I got the weapon handy. So you go. Let's have a look here. Now, Jared's a bit of a dark horse when it comes to brewing dark beers. Hang on a minute. I've forgotten something here, Jared. Forgotten something. Obviously, the Manuka smoked malt. So he's put Manuka smoked malt in it as well. The grains, the malted grains. He's put that in. So some Manuka smoked stout. I probably got that wrong. Never mind. You know what I'm like. You know the way I roll. So I've got all my grains for tomorrow. Cheers. Cheers, Jared. Thank you. Beautiful creamy head. I say he's a dark horse because he just seems to be able to brew. He doesn't brew that often, he tells me, but he just seems to be able to brew beer. Okay, definitely picking up the Manuka smoke there. Reminiscent of the wee Riki from Coopers Brewery, who I must get in and see on Friday, who won 8 medals in the Nationals a few weeks back. Did very, very well. Congratulations, Coopers Brewery. Top job. Fantastic. Pisses me off. He just throws a few cans in that, puts some Kvike yeast in, and away he goes. Oh. That is so good. Well, I'm going to talk, and I'm not going to give you the details on all of it all the time, but I'll be sipping away as we talk about what I'm doing tomorrow. Welcome to Homebrew Wednesday number 11, I think it is, or 12. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. What I've got here is I'm brewing a honey ale tomorrow. Here's the grains: 3.5 kg of English style pale malt. We've got 350 grams of a light crystal. We've got 100 grams of brown malt, and we've got 200 grams of wheat malt. Okay, and I'll be brewing that, probably mashing and going for a mash of 66, 67. I'll be doing an 80-minute mash. I will be doing a 80-minute boil, and I'll be using that beer. I'll probably be also adding half a kg or 500 grams of just standard honey, clover honey, just the 500 gram pottle. Okay, and I'll be putting that in at 5 minutes in the boil. Towards the end of the boil. So, and I'm also going to use Fuggles hops. I'll be putting not much. I'll put maybe 10 grams in at first wort, 80 minutes, and I'll be putting, I think, around 20 grams at 20 minutes, and that's probably going to be it. And putting, as I said, the honey in at 5 minutes. Now, I could put it in at all sorts of times, and I've read up on it. But as I was saying to Jared today, what I need to do, and I've done a honey ale before, I'll put it in at 5 minutes because it's a great place to put any adjuncts in if you're just starting out. You know, I could put it in the ferment, but and risk some other issues, and then retain a lot more of the flavour of the honey. Although I want to put it in the boil, I don't want to muck around with any potential contaminants or anything like that, just to start off and to see what the flavour's like, to see if 5 minutes is alright or not. We'll do a tasting of it in a month's time or something like that. So that's what I'm basically going to be doing. Where's Baxter gone? So that's tomorrow. I've also, and may do it today, got to keg the old, the Tired Bastard. We'll just have a quick look at that. Let's have a quick look at that now. What the in here, pop the lid so we don't get the salt burnt. I hope you'll all be doing well, and I hope you're enjoying your brewing and doing some good stuff. I've been watching some videos on YouTube, if you can hear me. So there's the Tired Bastard. Just pop this back. It's cold crashing at the moment, so it's only 5 degrees. It's probably because I've got the... So it's a bit cold to get an accurate reading, but it doesn't matter. We'll get ballpark, right? Ballpark reading. Yeah, so that's reading 10, 12 at that cold temperature. And it's smelling just like it should. Really good. I brew that beer a lot, as you know. So I'll be doing a taste on that in the next week or so. Funny thing happened. So what I want to do is have another sip of this magnificent beer. You guys are doing some good beers. No doubt about it. Nice one. I'm going to have to start taking some of his recipes and giving them a bit of oil, because I tell you what, they're outstanding. Mind you, this is strong, and I didn't want to do a strong beer. It's nice to have one from time to time. You know, like the Boundary Road here, have one of those from time to time, and just to have one to enjoy it, but just have them on tap, the big beers like that, not for me, no. In a moment of weakness, we'll end in tears. Okay, so, hello, you come back, have you? That's what I'm doing tomorrow, and I'm going to, I think after this video, I'll possibly keg the tired bastard. And when I was driving home, I thought, right, I better go and pick up some stocks. I've got some left in the keg, probably about a quarter of the keg full with the Morrigan's Banshee with the fresh hops, and which is really drinking really nice, really beautiful. So I went and picked up some beers just to put in the fridge. Hey mate, you want to hop down? Hey, want to hop down? No, not really, Dad. Saw Crewworth the other week. He did. He was doing his homebrew Wednesday, and I said I'd seen the proper job, so I might buy one, give it a whirl, and I saw it today. So I don't know if it's the same one. I have to check back on his video, but this is proper job, powerfully hopped, IPA, bottle conditioned, at 5.5%. You see, you're going to knock the camera, matey. I've got black lager from Eddie Line. Nice can. Nice artwork there on the can. Eddie Line. So that's a black lager. Never had it. Oh, of course, I've had a Schwarzbier, and that's exactly what it says that is. And a Barrister Stout by Theakston. Of course, they make the old Peculiar. So this is 4.2% Barrister Stout. It's unpasteurised and cold filtered, so anything to 4.2% ABV. Yeah, should be nice. Another English beer that I like. Not that I've had that particular one. Got a couple of these. Boundary Road Brewery. You gotta love them. That's $6, 8%. As I say, just have a couple. And a funny thing happened. I'm coming out of the bottle part of the supermarket, which is like a big fridge, you know this thing. And I'm coming, I've got my bag full of all these beers, and in the bag I had 6-pack of Coopers Sparkling Ale, $15, 5.8%. Just coming out, my phone rings. I could hear my phone going. Pick it up, it's my lovely wife. Oh, answer. Blah, blah, blah. She's talking about something that she's got on the stove and would I mind checking out when I got home. I said, not a problem, my love. Anything for you. So I said, bye-bye, and kiss. So hung up. A lady behind me said, I see your wife ringing up to check how much money you've spent in the bottle store. I looked around and I said, yes, as a matter of fact, it was my wife, but she wasn't, she must have a radar on me so she knows what I'm doing. So we're just checking up, and we had a bit of a laugh, bit of small talk as you do. She said, I see you like Coopers beer. I said, I do. I love Coopers beer. I said, it's sort of my go-to. I said, even though it's Australian. She said, well, I'm the sales rep for Coopers, the Coopers Brewery in Australia. She said, we've just... I said, well, I said... I introduced myself and told her that I was a home brewer and I liked this, that and the other thing, and we had a great conversation. Don't you like it when you just... And I said to her, about the Coopers Brewery, they've just had their 160-year anniversary being a family-owned, that's how long they've been going, family-owned still today. There was apparently going to be a big takeover a few years ago by, I think she said it was Lion, much publicised, but they've kept to the family, so it's still very much a family business. And it was great to talk about that. And another thing that she said that I didn't know was that they Coopers actually malt. They buy them. They don't grow the grain, but they buy grain in and they malt it. They malt it at the brewery, so they get their own malting place there, which is freaking fantastic. So, is it a craft brewery still? Of course it is. Definitely is a craft brewery. They stick to they've got their packs and their thing, and I asked her about I said, I've just been watching a video the other day by a fella, Little John, and I said he was trying out some, I said, when are we going to get the vintage ale in? She goes, oh yes, well, she said, we've had a bit of trouble with it's just been released, as you know, she said, and we should be getting it here in NZ in about October. She said some people like to put bottles away for quite a few years. I said, yeah, well, that's what Little John does. Shout out to Little John's channel. Good stuff, Little John. Little John and the brewery. Love his channel. So had a great chat with her and talked about this, that and the other thing. She said they're a wonderful company to work for. Lovely family, all the rest of it. Really, really good association she has, and she's been working with them for a while now as the representative. I don't know if it's the New Zealand representative or she's the South Island representative, but it was great that she stopped and had a chat to me. I really appreciate it. I said, I've been drinking it for years and years, since way back, probably 1985 when I lived back over there. And I said, it's always been, I've said this before on this channel with Coopers. You know, you get a really nice tasting beer. You get it at 375 milliliter can, and you're only paying $15 for the 6-pack. And don't you get me wrong, I support the New Zealand breweries a lot, and I'm always buying stuff from up and down the country. But this is sort of like the go-to stock in the fridge. It's always there. Always have a 6-pack in there, and someone comes over you on a beer. You know, it's not mainstream. It's Coopers. It's good. You know, it's just great beer. I'm waffling on about it now because I quite enjoyed the chat with the lady from the Coopers company. So that was that. Back to this beer. I try not to keep you for too long today. I was listening to a bit of American Dog earlier, as you probably heard. I drank too much, so be warned. So this beer here that Jared made, I don't think I've got anything else to talk about. That's about it for Homebrew Wednesday number 11. I've probably got the bloody number wrong. It's beautiful. I don't actually, because he's a sort of fellow. I said, what are you brewing? Oh, I haven't been brewing. Haven't got time to brew. I said, oh, well, make time. Oh, I can't make time. You know, I'm at the shop serving you fellas all the time, seeing you guys right, and don't have time to brew myself. I said, oh, well, you know, give us another stamp on my card, $10 off. So, but then he pulls these out of the hat. You know? Hey, Baxter. And I would really like to brew. This is strong. I can't remember what he said it was, but he'll put a thing in the comments. So just look for Jared in the comments, and he'll tell you how strong it is. I don't know what it would be. There's no. He didn't. I don't think he would have made a starter. Starters, I don't think are his thing. And of course, if I have a strong beer, the first thing I look for is for alcohol burn. And sometimes I think if there's alcohol burn, maybe a starter would have been a help. But that is a beautiful. That is a beautiful amount of smoked malt that he has added there. And I don't know where he got the recipe from, whether he just took it out of or he's in the know with someone. That'd be him. He'll know someone who knows someone that knows. And he's put it together and said, look what I throw together. You know what I mean? That's what he would do. Okay, there goes my $10 credit. Okay, so that's it for me. Hope you're all doing well. I did have some other things to talk about. I've got my US05. Got some nice beers here to try. Going to keep this up shortly. Put it in the fridge. I did have to go out to Rolleston the other day and get some more. If any of you guys are in Christchurch, go out to Rolleston. They have a really good gas supply for your beer, and they have a mix here I've said before called Beer Mix, or I think it's called Beer Gas, and it's she had the docket here somewhere. So it's a nitrate CO2 nitrate mix, 80% CO2, 80% nitro. gives your beer a beautiful finish, nice foamy head, not exactly like Guinness, but kind of along those lines, nice and smooth, mouth feels beautiful, and that's that's too strong for you, man. Hey, so that's it from me. So yes, I went out there and got, because I went to tune the gas up a little bit because it wasn't coming out very well, and then I looked at the gauge and it still was way up there, and I went, oh, it's like there's plenty of gas here. And she did a few things and I tapped the gauge and it went so it had been stuck. So anyway, that's it from me and Baxter. So you guys take care. Cheers. Brew on. You want to be feed, mate? Come on. Come on.